Are you guys upset that you watched Independence Day Resurgence? Like, would you have ever watched this if I didn't say something?
Absolutely not. I wasn't excited about it when it came out in the theater. I had completely forgotten about it until you mentioned it.
I don't know if this came out after one of the like newer Indiana Jones films, but like it's just been so many 20-year later sequels or like reboots. I didn't care to go back into it and try and compare it to the original until, you kind of brought this idea to us.
It pales in comparison to the original. Resurgence made me upset.
Yeah.
It made me miss Independence Day, and I don't like Independence Day, but I was like, it's missing all this charm. I wanted to say just quickly two things. I called Eric yesterday, Stefan, and I said that Dad watched this movie and he loved it.
No.
He loved it. He said, I like Jeff Goldblum. It's got a lot of action, got some romance. You get your money's worth.
That's the target audience right there. That's what they're going for. Do you remember Bill Pullman? Do you remember Jeff Goldblum? Or for kids that have no attention span? I don't know. But I feel you on that. I really did. I thought, man, Independence Day is just a masterpiece compared to this movie.
What you feel more than who is there is who isn't. And then you start to think about that and you're like, the only real character, like serious character that isn't returning for this is Will Smith. And then you start to think about that and you're like, okay, so Will Smith couldn't do it. So then they obviously had an original script where Will Smith was in it. So what did they change? Just watching it unfold, it's like a slow motion train wreck, right? Like it really is that. Like the more I watched the movie, the more I was like horrified at where the movie was going to end up. And it kind of broke my heart. Yeah.
1 second. Roland Emmerich is a master filmmaker because he can do a slow motion train wreck in fast motion.
I don't think that there was much of a rewrite. I think that in the original script, Will Smith was going to be visiting Vivica A. Fox in the hospital. And then they both were going to save that woman with their baby. And then they both were going to die.
Once we get to that moment, we're going to learn how quickly Will Smith's character is written out of the movie. But it feels like years pass and Roland, or I keep saying Roland Emmerich like I know him. I don't. But Roland calls Will Smith and says like, hey, we're making a sequel. What's that? You don't want to? Well, fuck you.
Where are you going to be? Little St. James Island? For how long?
Eric, when you said like the people who are missing from the movie, I was waiting for you to go, David! David!
And like, if it had been...
He survived.
And I know we're going to get to this.
He's president of Earth.
I know we're going to get to this, but if they pulled up to that truck stop and it was Judd Hirsch in a car with 4 kids that he just met, and then there was a school bus of little putzes and Harvey Fierstein, that would have redeemed the entire movie for me. It would have been worth it.
You don't see him die, by the way. You see him look at the wall of fire, and then he says, oh, crap. And then they cut away.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
So they could have brought him back. Like, there was no doctor around to say, yep, he's definitely dead.
He's 100% dead.
They could have brought him back.
They could have. I wanted him to be the alien queen. David.
You guys are mentioning queens. Perfect way to start because that's how the movie starts. It's
I don't know if I'd call Harvey Fierstein a queen. Oh, you're talking about the other queen.
Talking about the alien queen. Well, and it's not even the queen. It's a queen.
A queen, yes.
The film starts with an alien queen watching Independence Day, and she hates it. And then she decides to travel to Earth to kill everybody because she hated the movie so much. And then it goes to ex-president Bill Pullman, who is now old and crazy, and he has been having dreams of a circle with a line in it. Were either of you surprised about the inclusion of an alien queen?
No.
No, not surprised. Well, surprised that they would do it because it felt so obvious. I don't know where this whole hive mind thing like really took root, but the idea that like, oh, it's a hive. I don't know if there's really a queen in a hive mind.
You're right.
If you go full-blown hive mind where not even hive mind, but full-blown like queen that just, and a bunch of drones that just do whatever she says, which is essentially in some instances how they do this. She just decides what all the other drones or all the other ships are going to do. But then there are other times when we're led to believe that that they're acting with autonomy.
Yeah, they must act independently because they're all flying, like all of the enemy fighters are chasing different Earth ships during dogfights and such. The idea of a hive mind is that there's no one central, like, authoritative voice. You have a queen in a hive, but not a queen in a hive mind. And they explicitly say that when a queen dies, all those that are part of the hive of that queen all just stop. They all just turn off. But that can't be the case because they say that from the first movie, there was a queen on that mothership.
Yeah.
And when that blew up, there were people still fighting the aliens in central, quote unquote, Africa.
Yeah, for 10 years.
Yeah, they either all turn off when the queen dies or they don't. You can't have it both ways.
When we first come in after the alien queen watches Independence Day and gets so upset that she decides, I'm going to destroy Earth.
That sucked! Oh my god!
We come out and we see a giant monument.
The countless lives we lost in the War of 96.
Right? And we start punched in on everyone's favorite alcoholic.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah, Randy Quaid. Russell Case.
Russell Quaid.
Russell Quaid. And then we pan out and we see all of these names, right? To give us this grand understanding of how many people died fighting the aliens. And I paused it because I was like, I wonder if the guy who blew up, the pilot, Jimmy's buddy.
Hans
Jimmy.
Eckler.
Doesn't matter.
Jr.?
I wanted to see.
Oh!
You know who I'm talking about.
Henry Rollins.
Oh, the
Jimmy
Reverend.
Vollmer.
Yes. The
The guy who
Reverend
said,
Jesse
I'm going to
Jackson.
try something.
Yeah.
And then veered into the ground.
I wanted to see if we would see his name maybe, or if there was any other Easter eggs in there that I could see. And this set the tone for me for the entire movie because I knew exactly what to expect. Because there is a typo in one of the names. And the name is, I'm assuming it's supposed to be Stewart, but where there should be a U, there is a W. And the name is Stewart. It's Stewart McDuffin. This is the name on the wall. Stewart McDuffin. And as soon as I saw Stewart McDuffin, I was like, this movie is gonna fucking suck. I was so mad.
Fucking Stewart.
Fucking Stewart.
After we see Bill Pullman wake up from a dream, where I guess he's dreaming about the aliens visiting once more.
I thought he'd just watched The Ring.
We cut to modern day Washington, and it is like humanity has obviously learned a lot from the bad. See, we have to actually say bad aliens because this movie decides to introduce a new race of aliens. So we'll call them the bad aliens. So humanity learned from the bad aliens attacking, and we've utilized all their technology, right?
The fusion of human and alien technology not only enabled us to defy gravity and travel with unimaginable speed.
And you know it's the future because there are flying cars, there's light rail transit, there's giant televisions, everyone gets Friday off, and the president's a woman. Only sci-fi stuff. And she is practicing her speech for the commemoration of the 96 war. I don't even know what the president is, what her name is. All I know is that she was in the show House. And quickly, we'll do a review of the show House.
Okay.
It's a good show.
Yes, it is.
And you should watch it.
We never learn her name throughout the entire film. I don't think she's ever referred to as anything except Madam President.
We'll call her Madam President.
There's a wonderful line, I thought, in that scene because she exposits the entire thing, right? You get 2 minutes of exposition that sets up the entire movie. And then it cuts to her in the Oval Office and she says, "Great speech, Patty."
Great speech, Patty.
Thank you, Madam President.
And then Patty goes, "Thanks, Madam President."
Patty, who is Bill Pullman's daughter from the first movie, who now works in the White House writing the president's speeches. I don't know what job title that is. Some sort of communications liaison.
It's a phony major.
Yeah, she's the new Connie.
Yeah, she's the new Connie. But yeah, so it's an older Patty. It's an older daughter of Bill Pullman.
Hey, wait a minute. Whoa. You just, where was Connie?
Connie's gone.
Connie doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, David and her got back together.
Uh-huh.
And then he just never talks about her?
Well, actually, if you watch closely, the David in this movie isn't actually David Levinson from the original one. He is Dr. Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park. I don't know if you noticed the subtle nuance there. He's a completely different character in this movie. Oh, yes, good. Yes.
There it is.
There it is.
That is one big pile of shit.
The movie is certainly that. Perhaps a piece of the mothership from the first film cascading through the atmosphere landed on Connie.
One moment.
The camera's following a guy with Will Smith's haircut. And we're following behind him down a hallway, and we hear the president's voice grow louder in the background, and someone says, you can wait here, Captain Hiller? And on the wall, there's a promotional picture of Will Smith from the first movie, but when it's introduced, it's actually A-Train from The Boys, and he's playing Will Smith's, it's not even his son, it's Vivica A. Fox's son, right?
Yeah, it's his stepson.
Oh, okay, so Will Smith is not in the movie.
It's great to be back.
I cannot tell you how proud we are to have you flying our flag up there.
It's an honor, Madam President.
Or maybe he is, you don't know yet. And then I think quickly they say, I'm sorry that your father tripped on those marbles and fell down the stairs and got his head stuck in a toilet and drowned.
Captain Hiller, considering he died during a test flight, how do you feel taking off for the moon from a hangar named after your father?
It was unceremonious how Stephen Hiller died. Do you remember how he died?
Seven, how did it actually happen?
So before, like, world peace and no more violence, Will Smith pulled over for the police and they shot him. That's what happened.
I have the Medal of Honor here.
It's like, yeah, who'd you steal it from?
Okay, this is going to get confusing. To avoid confusion, I'm going to call the people that I know by the actors' names and the characters in the movie that I don't know who the actor is by their association to the characters in the movie. Mm-hmm. President Bill Pullman's daughter, she knows Will Smith's son, Hiller. And they're talking, they hug, and she says, be nice to Jake.
Dylan, be nice to Jake when you see him up there.
And then we cut to Moon, and we are introduced to Smug Hemsworth and his little twink friend.
I didn't have to follow you up here.
Yeah, you did. You get lonely without me.
And this is the third Hemsworth, right?
Is it no. How many Hemsworths are there?
I thought this was the third one.
This is the Hemsworth that looks like Jim from The Office. Did anybody else feel that?
He's the Krasinskiest Hemsworth for sure, but I thought this was like the
Yes, absolutely.
the third, because like, what is it, Chris Hemsworth?
Liam Hemsworth.
Chris Hemsworth is the good Hemsworth.
Yeah, he's the good Hemsworth, and then I thought that maybe Liam is the bad acting Hemsworth, and I think there's another additional Hemsworth.
A Ryan Hemsworth.
There's got to be a Ryan Hemsworth or like a Chad Hemsworth or something.
Chad Hemsworth.
So
Luke Hemsworth.
Luke?
His name is Luke.
Is that who's in this one?
No, this is Liam.
Okay, I'm gonna call him Clump Beef Broth. I'm gonna call him Smug Hemsworth. And so he's on the moon and he operates a tug or a tugger. And it's not relevant. I just like saying that hop in the tug. You and I, we're going to get our tug on. Me and the boys are going to go in the tugger.
Yeah, well, I need a little more stimulation.
They have a wonderful exchange where we hear the like old trope, the academy.
In the history of the Academy.
The academy? You don't know what academy.
And his small boy was the valedictorian.
Yes. Also, they're on the Space Defense Station. That's what this is called. Very lazy.
Wait, hold on. It's the Space Defense Station, and I think it's not Space Force. They call it the Earth Space Defense. That's the name of the new organization that is like an international body which defends Earth from alien attack. Mm-hmm. And the tuggers, they move pieces of equipment into its proper orientation. Like there's a lot of tugging and docking between Smug Hemsworth and his small boy.
They're in position, sir.
Docking.
Hey, if you're going to put the laser on the moon, right, and the moon orbits the Earth, what if an alien ship decides to, like, wait until the moon is on the other side of the planet? Is that a good place to put a gun, do you think, the moon?
Yeah, it is, Travis, because the movie's very loud, so it's a great place to put it.
I was so stunned by the movie that it didn't even occur to me that the moon is always moving. And then you learn that they've already got like a series of satellite weapon lasers constantly just around the Earth.
Small point here, but the small boy that Hemsworth is with complains that there are so few women.
Did you realize that there are only 36 women on this moon base?
We can ignore him for the rest of this talk. All he wants to do is to get laid.
That's it, yeah.
There are too many subplots.
It's very important, but they have to make sure that everybody knows that this small boy that's following Hemsworth around is not gay.
Yeah. He
has no interest in doing gay with Crims Hemsworth.
Did you just call him Crims Hemsworth? That's his new name.
Crims Hemsworth. He's not going to be doing gay, and he wants to get laid.
This Crims Hemsworth is Stuart McDuffin. You were in my head when I was watching it, Stefan, and I was like, I don't know if this is just a Roland Emmerich thing, because like once again, the entire point of this scene is to make sure that I know that these people aren't gay.
Yeah, and we're worried because Hemsworth, we're like, oh, what about him? But luckily we get a scene with him where we learn that he is also not gay.
He is the boyfriend of Bill Pullman's daughter, who works for the president and knows Hiller, who is the lead pilot of the Earth Space Defense Force. The writing is so tight and unified, right? It doesn't give you a chance to breathe, to think, to use the bathroom. So while they're on the moon, they're putting up a big laser and it almost falls over, but Hemsworth saves the day.
Sir, he's slowing the fall.
Go to your happy place. I'm kicking in the fusion drive.
For doing so, he's reprimanded. Mm-hmm. And also there is a gorgeous Chinese pilot who is introduced that the little twink boy loves. He says, I like her. I'm going to try and talk to her and ask her out. And I don't know if the movie was like funded or produced by a Chinese company or like co-produced.
Absolutely.
I'm not even going to check because it's not like they go, here's our international team of pilots. It's just there are pilots and then there's the one Chinese pilot.
No.
If that is of interest of anybody.
The commander of the moon base is Chinese, and he's the father of the Chinese pilot.
He knows we don't speak Chinese, right?
And also, fun fact, when we're doing the not gay segment of Hemsworth and his girlfriend, they're using QQ, I think, which is a Chinese video call platform.
Oh, okay. So maybe they're the ones who actually paid for the movie.
And they're also, if you notice, when they go to the fridge, they're drinking moon milk.
I wanted to mention that. Eric, did you see the moon milk?
Yeah, I loved moon milk. Is that a real thing?
In China.
Is it?
Okay, because they make a big deal about the moon milk, especially because the little boy, when Crims Hemsworth gets knocked out, the little boy says, are you going to finish that? And then he grabs that moon milk. And I was laughing really hard at moon milk. I didn't know it was a real thing.
I'm actually kidding. I don't know if it's a real thing. I wanted it to be.
Because you have to...
I wanted it to have...
No, you have to do some production design, right? So Roland, we're on the moon. What's a moon drink called? Moon milk. All right, and do you have any idea for the food? Oh, fuck. Moon cheese. Oh, who cares? I'm counting money. And just to, I don't believe it's actually her, the Chinese pilot. It's not her father. It's her uncle.
How do you know that?
I think she says, uncle, and she gives him a hug. But
no.
I think so. No, I think so.
I don't think she says anything. I think she's just happy. I think she's happy. I don't know if she's actually happy. Because she looks the same as when she sees him, as when she's like watching him die from the plane, as when she's like flying, like she doesn't emote too well.
Yeah.
Just generally, I have to comment on, I regret being so hard on Pullman. Mm-hmm. All of these young, attractive people are so boring to look at, and they're so boring to listen to. And also, whenever they're standing, it's always a small set because the background is completely computer generated, so they can't really move on or off things, and it feels so lifeless and it feels so shallow. And
there's no thought, there's no feeling behind it.
Is the word pandering? Is that accurate?
I don't think, because pandering is giving people just what they want, right? Or giving people what they think they want. This is just fundamentally misunderstanding what a movie is.
If something made money, they're obviously going to want to either reboot it. They're obviously going to want to reboot it or do a sequel. So what did you expect from the sequel to Independence Day?
I mean, I expected that when, obviously the title kind of gives it away. I expected that the aliens were going to come back and we were going to have to fight them off again. And I mean, essentially that is the plot of the story, but I think that it should have just been a reboot. All it was literally a beat for beat remake of the original with none of the charm. And I think pander is a good word here, but pander to an audience that doesn't exist.
Stefan, what do you think? What were you expecting from a sequel to Independence Day?
I thought that it was going to be the same movie over again. I was very surprised with the Queen alien. I was very surprised that they tried to shoehorn in this ship that's supposed to be sucking out the Earth's core that they didn't mention the first time around. Just like, and the magnitude of it. Like, we've already got ships that were destroying entire cities at will, but now we've got a ship that's like 100 times bigger than any of the other ships. And like, why didn't they just send that one first?
Like in the first movie, the aliens, they say explicitly, hey, we go from planet to planet, kill everybody, take all their shit and move on. And this movie's like, actually, they do that, but what they want is molten iron. But who cares? Whether or not you know they're still killing everybody, you're not really learning about the alien species. The only thing that surprised me about this movie was the introduction of the good aliens. And we'll get there. But I want to go now, we cut to Area 51, which is completely upgraded. Its secondary function, rather, is an alien prison, and all of the aliens that were inside each of these cells, they were dormant, and they all woke up.
After 20 years of being catatonic.
There was a queen alien in the mothership that they destroyed in the first film, which was like the hive mind controlling all these drones, and now they've just woken up.
Get me Director Levinson.
So a general there, he demands to speak with David Levinson. He says, I need Jeff Goldblum in my life. And he says, I'm sorry, sir, but he's unreachable. Cut to a UN convoy, and the lower third says Central Africa. Now, there is a geographical segment of Africa you can call Central Africa, which is like comprised of many countries. But Africa itself has 54 countries. And my point is that I think he was lazy and then accidentally correct by putting down Central Africa. I think if you asked him, he probably said, just have it say Africa. But if it were somewhere like in America, it wouldn't say like Easterly. It would say like a city and a state. It would say where it is, right?
Middle America.
Middle America.
M&M's
geographically,
there.
not financially.
Goldblum he's with the UN convoy, and they rendezvous with rebel forces in Central Africa.
They cut to inside the car, and the wormy guy, the insurance salesman, is talking to Goldblum.
John Oliver.
Yes. And he says, I've been chasing you all over the country.
You need to take me seriously. I've been chasing you across the planet for 3 weeks now.
And it just seems like a weird thing to get into that car with dialogue-wise.
Right, because they would have already had the conversation much earlier on.
Yeah, but there wasn't a conversation that they were having. It's just like, all right, 3, 2, 1... I've been chasing you all over the country. Like, it feels so out of place.
And then Stefan, immediately when that guy says, I've been chasing you all over, Jeff Goldblum says,
excuse me, who are you again?
Now, they're in a UN convoy. He didn't just hop in the car. He's not from Central Africa. He's been in that car for quite a long time. They wouldn't talk about what his name was, but hey, we got to keep the story going, and we have to have this insurance. What is he doing? What's his job? Eric, what's his job?
I think he's an insurance underwriter.
Also, the whole world is united except for Africa.
Central Africa.
Why do they need this military convoy? I thought there was no more war.
Interesting, isn't it?
So Goldblum and this UN convoy with the insurance underwriter. I'm not going to talk about him for the rest of the movie. His arc is that he says, I'm not doing insurance anymore. I'm a soldier. He has Umbutu, who is the warlord from Central Africa, tell him that he has the heart of a warrior.
I have 2 points about that guy throughout the entire film. The first point that I found funny is that at one point he asked Umbutu to give him one of his katana blades. And those are not katanas, first of all. And then,
Stefan, what does katana mean?
It means Japanese sword.
What does katana mean? It means Japanese sword.
And then the other thing that I wanted to say is in his arc to become a warrior, he eventually gets fitted out in like a cool military hat, and he gets a space gun, and he runs out with Umbutu to shoot with ground weapons with like hand-to-hand, or, you know, he's running forward and he's got his hat on, and you can tell that they've put his hat on him to make him look like he's a dork. So his hair is sticking out of it. Like there's a lot of hair at the front. And then he accidentally shoots the gun because he is such a dork. Mm-hmm. And then the camera cuts to him coming up from the ground and all of his hair is back in his hat. So when he shot the gun, it somehow blew all of his hair back into his hat. And I just thought that was really funny. It was a really bad continuity cut.
I hate that character, and I don't want to have to think about that man anymore. And it's unfortunate that they paired him with Umbutu. I mean, kudos to them for saying, hey, how about there's a character with swords on his back who can single-handedly kill like an alien in a biomechanical suit. He does an amazing move to kill this creature, and then they pair him off with an insurance underwriter. Well done there.
I told you, you kill them from behind.
Sorry, they meet the rebel forces, and all the rebels are armed with alien tech. And then as they're standing, there's this awful trope where you hear someone say, the one and only
David Levinson.
And you say, in your mind, who's that? And then everybody parts, and it's someone you don't know.
And then it's just some bitch.
Yeah, it's just... it's the lady who, it's not Connie.
It's new Connie.
It's a French woman.
Yeah.
It's the
nymphomaniac lady.
It's the woman, yes, she crushed Willem Dafoe's testicles in that movie.
Yeah, that's right, Antichrist.
Yeah, but she was also in Nymphomaniac.
But my point still stands that I hate that trope where someone says something off screen and then everybody parts to let in a character. It would have been effective if it were a person that we knew, because it happens later on when they say, who's going to fly this tugger into the alien ship to disable the queen? And you hear President Bill Pullman say, fuck it, I'll do it. And then people move out of the way and like he steps forward. And you're like, oh, it's him. But like when it happens with this new character, you're like, oh, who's that? And then she's just an old friend of...
Not just a friend.
She's not just a friend.
She's his old sexual partner of Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum is still not gay.
And she's written many books, one of which I believe was called Aliens and This Circle by me. It's the stupidest fucking thing. Because you see them all on a table in Mbutu's study. There's 3 of her books and then William Butler Yeats. I made a note of that because I thought it was very funny.
Yeah, so she's a psychiatrist who she investigates the human-alien psychic residual connection.
That connection is the strongest I've ever seen. It's as if their mind is tapped into the alien subconscious.
Did anybody else catch that Jeff Goldblum kind of like therapy shames Mbutu? Oh, what does he need a psychiatry for? Unresolved daddy issues?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, probably.
Yeah, people have those, man.
His dad was a warlord and his dad died? Yeah, he's probably got some stuff he needs to work through.
Yeah, he's been through some shit, man.
It's a weird thing for a man of science, a man that went to MIT for 8 years, who's now involved in like the planetary welfare, is like shitting on this dude that he's never met.
They also use Mbutu to introduce this like idea of visions.
I experienced the strongest vision I've ever had.
And you're like, oh, there's visions now?
Yes, and the vision matches...
No, that could have warranted some more explanation. And yes, the vision matches he also watched The Ring and saw some circles.
The moment before Mbutu talks about his vision of the circle with a line through it, the French psychiatrist says, people have been drawing this circle.
Well, but the symbol comes up more often than anything I've encountered.
And she zooms in on her iPad so we can all see the circle on a barn door. And then Mbutu says, I've seen that. I had a strong vision. And then he shows them into his study where he's drawn like a highly detailed version of the drawing. And it's an alien spaceship. But it doesn't look like the bad alien spaceship. It looks like a different kind of alien spaceship.
Yes.
While we are in Central Africa, we are introduced to a ship that we did not see in the original Independence Day. And it's a very large drilling vessel. Right? Like when the aliens in the last movie said we take natural resources and move on, they meant literally drill a hole in the earth and then suck out the gooey center.
The ooey gooey center.
It's just the iron and nickel. Every alien tech thing is made from iron and nickel. And these aliens, by the way, they have like warp drive. What do they need with iron? It's so abundant. You can go to an empty planet. But the drilling stopped when the mothership blew up. So Catherine, who's the French psychiatrist, Mbutu and Goldblum, they go on to the alien drilling ship. And they do so without a mask or gloves. They're just breathing in whatever sort of alien bacteria is on the ship.
It's very meta. You have a large drilling machine, Jeff Goldblum, entering another large drilling machine.
The other thing that I loved about this scene was when he's like, is there any way that we can get up there? And then the guy says, I hope you're not afraid of heights. We have all these alien guns, mind you, but we don't have a ship or any kind of hovercraft like we've seen throughout the previous 30 minutes of the movie. So you have to walk up the ramp.
When they get up the ramp and inside the ship, they see like the control board and there's a beacon flashing and it's a distress call being sent out through deep space.
How do they know that? Because
it's flashing red. And then one of the characters says, it's a distress call.
Oh, right.
The distress call.
We return to the moon base where Hemsworth, he's on a Zoom call with the president's daughter.
There is an obscene amount of information here. When she calls, the last time that you stole a ship to come see me, you got an extra month added to your thing. And I don't think that that's how like service works. And then she's like, I can't have my fiance not be able to buy me a house. And it's all because you almost killed Will Smith's son during a training exercise that we were all part. It was just like,
I'm gonna steal a token.
No, please don't. Because last time you did that, they added a month to your
Tell me that wasn't the best 2 minutes.
I would like my fiance back permanently. What was that?
Take a look at the houses I sent
I saw
you.
Dylan at the White House today.
So he's shaking hands with the president, and I'm stuck on
You
the moon.
nearly killed him, remember?
whoa.
That is not an exception. That is the rule. Every interaction between people feels like just they're unloading exposition. And for that reason, there's really no quotable dialogue. I can remember one thing that kind of was maybe funny, and it's later on in the movie they're making an escape, and Hemsworth says to Jeff Goldblum, "Did you pee your pants?" Goldblum says yes, and then Hemsworth said, "Me too." And I chuckled, and my heart started to beat again.
Yeah, the only charming relationship that we see at all in this movie is with Brackish Oaken and his boyfriend, who I didn't understand was his boyfriend until he calls him baby later on in the movie. But
yes,
regardless of that, the only like charming, charismatic relationship in this film is those two characters and the way that they interact with each other.
There's one moment that really made me smile and kind of giggle was when Judd Hirsch is driving the bus and like this one kid is like, that tall gangly man is waving at us. And he's like, tall gangly man? That's my David.
I liked when he called the kid's dad a putz too. That was funny.
Yeah. Oh, anytime that, you know.
I wasn't even going to talk about Judd Hirsch because that little subplot, it has absolutely nothing to do with the plot of the film. You can excise it completely and it changes nothing. Judd Hirsch drives to Area 51.
Again.
But he takes kids with him.
The greatest thing about the first movie is their relationship. Julius's relationship, Judd Hirsch and Jeff Goldblum. And in this movie, everything that we loved about Jeff Goldblum is stripped away. He's not a good son. He doesn't see his dad anymore. He's just a philandering weirdo that goes around the planet in Jeeps. That really broke my heart that they decided to make it that they're like estranged almost now. And Judd Hirsch has to write a book of lies to support himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the International Legacy Squadron.
We are introduced to the International Legacy Squadron of fighter pilots, which includes Will Smith's son, and they're heading towards the moon base. Will Smith's son calls his mom, Vivica A. Fox.
My boy, making a name for himself.
And she works in a hospital now. And I remember some people when this movie came out, because I saw this when it came out, people would say, she was a stripper, and now she works in a hospital? That's a problem, and I don't see it as a problem. I don't care.
Was she wearing scrubs or like a lab coat?
She's wearing a lab coat.
I don't think she's she's not dressed like a nurse. She's either a doctor or she like runs the hospital.
Okay, as soon as I saw her in like a medical outfit, I was like, she's gonna die. And I remember thinking that because I thought, oh, no one cares if a stripper dies, but people care if a doctor dies.
We all knew it was coming. Another thing that I wanted to talk about real quick now that we're talking about doctors is when you see Area 51 for the first time, someone is walking through the like Mimsy Whitmore Memorial wing or whatever, or hospital at Area 51. And I just thought that was so funny. Like, why would you want your name on this? This is the worst fucking place. Like, they couldn't save you from bleeding, and yet now it's named after you. I just thought that was such a funny way to like bring that character back.
Mimsy?
It's not
Mimsy Whitmore?
No, it's Marilyn or something.
Marilyn Whitmore. It's a statue of her just holding her stomach, cast in bronze. Looks like she's in pain.
Moon base, this is Legacy Squadron. We're on final approach, requesting permission to land.
Will Smith's son arrives on Moon and punches Chris Hemsworth.
Hemsworth. He punches.
Sorry, Crims. Yeah.
Crims Hemsworth.
So I should also mention, like, after the punch, Hemsworth is watching a recording of the accident that he has.
There's not enough room. Damn it, Jake, you're gonna clip my wing. Control, I'm going down.
Where he almost got Will Smith's son killed.
It looks like he's playing a video game.
Yes.
I thought it was a video game when I first watched it.
It reminds me of your point, Stefan, about the dialogue, how everything has already happened to these characters. They are static.
You're awake. Did we win?
We return to Area 51, and thank God, this is the only saving grace of the movie. Brent Spiner isn't dead. He's alive.
He's very much alive.
He's been in a coma for 20 years, and he wakes up.
Do you know what happens if you're in a coma for 20 years and you're not moving,
bed sores.
Yeah, nothing is going to work. I doubt that he'd be able to talk, but instead he jumps out.
No, he's
because he's just been showered in love from his sweet baby boy that's been looking after him and knitting him little towels and
ass
tea
cots
cozies to put around his neck.
This was where my heart started beating again, and was the only time it continued to do so was these two characters, because he immediately wakes up and he's just like, man, you got fat and you're so bald now.
If the, you know what? I know we're like ragging on the idea of his character not like dying in the last movie. If he wasn't in this, imagine the movie without him.
Well, and I felt like it felt redeeming in a way for the character too, because like in our, when we talked about the original movie, and in the original movie, he's kind of like, Bill Pullman shits on him constantly and he's not ever given his due. Like, he just seems like a creepy weirdo. And I like that we get to see his character now, and I like what they did with it, because it really redeems that whole...
Because now Bill Pullman is the creepy weirdo.
To that point too, and this is just something that stuck with me. They didn't make up their mind about what was wrong with Bill Pullman. Because in the beginning, he's drawing circles and he's taking pills, and then it never comes up again.
This is the thing with Roland Emmerich. Like, just it aligns perfectly with the idea of just, oh, they're in Africa. I think Roland Emmerich is a deeply incurious person, because he'll just say, oh, the president's crazy and he takes pills. It's like, well, what does he have? What's the medication for? There's no thought given to it, because we can't stay too long.
We gotta go. We keep moving.
We gotta go.
Do we also notice that Bill Pullman is no longer interested in his daughter?
This is true.
Knew you'd say something
I thought that might be why he was crazy, because she was with another man.
See, like, you'd think that they just sort of like dropped that subplot, or he's with... The thing is that she just grew up. Like, after 10, 12 years old, he's just not into it anymore.
It's not his thing anymore.
Jesus Christ. Hey, guess what? The Hubble... Okay.
Yes.
I'm looking at my note now. I think I'm wrong. Am I wrong to say that the Hubble detects gravitational forces pulling on the rings of Saturn?
No, you're 100% right.
I thought the Hubble exploded.
It did, but it's back.
This just came in from Hubble. There's some kind of force pulling at Saturn's rings.
Holy Christ.
Will Smith's ring detects gravitons in After Earth.
Hey, sidebar. Would you guys like to watch After Earth?
Sure.
Oh.
First, we have to watch Earth, though.
Starring Will Smith and what's his son's name? Jada Plinko.
Jaden.
So yeah, the Hubble detects gravitational forces. Good for the Hubble. I know it exploded, but it's still getting work. And the base at Saturn is gone. At this time, the moon is visited by like a large, spherical ship.
Madam President, I need an answer.
And it is immediately attacked by Earth Space Defense Force. It is blown out of the sky of the moon. The leaders all over the world say, I think we should shoot it. I don't think we should shoot it. Oh, I think we should.
So the non-violent, peaceful planet Earth that's learned to live together only has 5 countries? Why are there still countries? You'd think that it would just be one planetary thing. But there's like 5 people that come together to a snap decision on what to do.
Well, no, they all tell the American president what they think she should do.
What they think she should do.
Ultimately, America's call.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a hegemony. It's now an American hegemony at this point.
Madam President, she's such like a truck driving hick.
Take him out, Commander.
Take him down. Get her done. Put a hole through that fucker. Like, it's just so non-presidential the way she does it.
Let's hope to God we did the right thing.
When they shoot it down,
yes,
there's an interesting scene. Because
I'm gonna stop you right there. There's not one interesting scene in the whole movie, Eric.
Jeff Goldblum is on the phone with them. It's Madam President, it's the leaders of the other 4 countries of the world, and then Jeff Goldblum, and they're all on the phone together, and he's the one saying don't do it, and then they do it. Someone says, I expect to see you here tomorrow for the celebration, and then he says, you want to see my smile or whatever, and then he hangs up on him.
You want to see my best smile?
And then we hard cut to Crims Hemsworth on the moon, and he smiles like he just saw all of that. But he didn't just see all of that. It's a very strange thing that they do, where they're like, yeah, Crims knows.
No, but he does know.
Like it makes no fucking sense.
He does know, though, because Wait a minute. Crims Hemsworth, doesn't he just on a whim decide to steal a ship and then go get Jeff Goldblum for no reason?
But you're missing one right before that happens, President Pullman is visited by his daughter, and she says, Dad, you're sick. Take your pills. And he says that the aliens are coming back, and she says, oh, Dad.
It wasn't them. I have to tell the world.
And then Pullman says, you shouldn't have quit being a fighter pilot.
You shouldn't be wasting your time with a crazy old man. You gave up flying to take care of me, and I know how much you loved it.
It's too difficult to explain why it's a bad idea to characterize someone solely through somebody else's dialogue. So you know what would be really great to show her like active in the story? Maybe she's just a pilot and she's part of that legacy squadron.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be something?
Absolutely.
President Samuel Adams or whatever, the guy who's a general at the beginning and then gets sworn in later as the president.
Yes.
There's a moment where when they detect the thing on the moon, it cuts to him at Area 51 and he says, upgrade threat level to red. And then the mood lighting in the room changes to red and nothing else happens. So it's like, what the
Every base interior looks like laser tag. Smug Hemsworth and his small boy, they fly their tugger to Earth. They just kind of pop over to Earth real quick, pick up Goldblum, the French psychiatrist, Umbutu the warlord, and the accountant.
That's a team.
I'm assembling a team.
Someone call a cab.
Thanks for doing this, Jake.
I'm coming with you.
I'm coming too.
Why don't you enjoy this, Floyd? Everybody else is.
And they're all leaving on the tugger to go to the moon to examine the other alien spaceship, which was just shot at. And upon examining it, they see that inside the big white sphere, there's a smaller white sphere that looks like a Blue Yeti microphone. And then we hard cut to Judd Hirsch on his book tour.
And that's when I came up with the idea that saved the world.
It's a complete betrayal of the character from the first one. That character wouldn't be like, oh no, I had the idea. And we joked about that last time, about how his dad was really the genius that came up with it, but he didn't. And then now he's trying to sell it like he did. And I just thought it was stupid.
Today, we are honored to be in the presence of some of the brave men and women.
Now it's at the 20th anniversary celebration. They're celebrating the last movie. And the crowd salutes Robert Loggia.
Yep.
And
Amen.
then Pullman, he almost ruins the festivities.
I came to warn you.
He tries to warn everybody, and then immediately, like, he's sort of paralyzed by this alien transmission, and it hits Umbutu and Brent Spiner all at the same time. And it comes in just as the new alien ship arrives.
Yep.
And this ship, strap yourselves in, because remember the last ship? Like, wow, this is much more big than the last one.
How big is it, Travis?
Ship's more than 3,000 miles in diameter. How the hell did we miss this?
Well, when it lands, this is in the trailer too, but it says that it's just touched down over the Atlantic. Which part? All of it.
As they're evacuating Madam President and Mr. Bill President from the podium, there's a screen behind them, and the ticker on the screen already says aliens return to Earth. And I was just flabbergasted by that. Like, what is that, the news?
The Moon team with Jeff Goldblum and company, they are captured in the gravity of the new alien ship, and they are just along for the ride. But they're holding on to the new small alien sphere. The Earth defense lasers that are positioned around the orbit of the Earth, the new alien ship shoots them with their, advanced or improved technology, and immediately all of Earth's defenses, those platforms, are wiped out.
So that ship targets, I don't know how many weapons are around the planet Earth, but it targets all of them and simultaneously destroys them all in like the blink of an eye.
Yep.
Why show that and then pretend like they can't do that later on?
Like, they try to explain that away, and they say, like, the Pacific defenses are down or something. I can't remember what it is.
Well, no, they were preparing to shoot the big ship.
Yeah.
And then they started counting down, and then at like 3, the alien ship fires like 20 like laser bursts and just destroys them all at the same time.
Yeah.
The moon base is also destroyed, but all of the super special pilots make it to safety. They all fly away.
All fighters, fall back! Fall back!
When the new alien spaceship is landing on Earth, it picks up China and then it drops it on England. I think that's because it has its own gravity, they say.
Jesus, it has its own gravity.
I don't think they know what gravity is. I think that they think that they can just turn it on and off.
Yeah, they make a big deal about how they can't move because they're trapped in its gravity, and then immediately they can move again once it stops moving.
While this is happening, there are 6 different things in the story that I need to tell you that are also happening. So, Pullman and his daughter, they head to Area 51.
You're on the way to Area 51. I'm going with you, Patty. You're gonna need me.
Vivica A. Fox is at her hospital helping a single pregnant woman.
I got you, honey. I'm not gonna leave you.
Hold on, is the lady, she had her baby, right?
It looked like she was pregnant when they first introduced her.
No.
And then later she does have her baby.
Yeah, she had the baby inside her body, and then it came out.
Yeah. Well, I know how birth works. I'm just asking, like, Vivica A. Fox helps this woman get to the roof, and she hails a helicopter, and the woman with her baby is rescued.
Hand me the baby. It's okay.
But Vivica A. Fox dies, and Will Smith's son was there to see it.
Mm-hmm.
When he left the moon, he's like, I just gotta swing by my mom's real quick. And he zoomed over to wherever she was. Because you can go anywhere. Any ship can travel at any speed in any direction and be anywhere they need to be to witness events of the movie to keep the plot going.
This movie is so powerful that even though I love talking to you guys, hearing you recap it, Travis, is just making me lose interest. Like my eyes are closing. I'm drifting off. Like I can feel myself not caring.
There's also a small subplot of a boat of these surly European gold expeditionaries, and they witness the ship landing. I will not talk about them anymore. I refuse. But all they're there to do, they say how close the new alien drill is to the core of the Earth. They say, it's 10 minutes left. 6 minutes until core breach.
As soon as I saw these guys like just putting a timer with a line and a drill, I'm like, this is so we can have a ticking clock? Really?
One comment about this, and it was a lovely bit of Irish racism that I found purely delightful, because the guy who leads this crew is Irish, and at one point he literally says, they took my gold, so I'm going to get drunk. And I just thought that was so funny.
2 more points. What happens in this sequence? Judd Hirsch is on a boat.
Oh, sweet Moses.
And he's in the water when one of the legs of the new alien vessel lands.
Why did I buy this book?
God, I can see Stefan just get so bored. And this is an action sequence.
It's boring, dude.
The
Just
aliens
move on.
are landing
Get
on
with
Earth.
it.
You guys notice this when the alien leg, because like it lands and it puts out its legs like a picnic table
a big
on
kick.
the planet.
Yeah.
It almost hits the White House, and it just knocks the flagpole over.
Yep.
And I think that was supposed to be cute, and it wasn't. Like, see, I didn't blow up the White House this time. I just dropped China on England.
Oh, also, China's the only place that gets any real screen time.
Yeah, and there was
we see the people of China running away, and there's that dude in the cab with his headphones on, and he doesn't know what's going on. But we don't see like anybody in London or anybody anywhere else on the planet getting affected by this temporary gravitational field of the ship. It's just China. Why couldn't this ship have picked up the United States and like dropped it on top of Canada?
Oh yeah, do us a favor, dude.
Movie be over.
And then we could have had like the UK and Russia and China and Australia trying to get together.
The Americans on here to tell us what to do now.
Yeah, all right. Let's team up. Yeah, we got to figure out.
Yeah, what's the job? Jason Statham, what's the job?
How's your Russian accent?
So it's very good.
Very good.
Very good, yes, duh. Why?
Yeah, put the bottle of vodka down, yeah? Because I've got some fucking instructions to give you. Yeah, China, are you listening? Go ahead, Eric. Do your Chinese accent for us.
No.
Travis, no. You gotta save me.
Let us keep talking about the movie.
Yeah, all right. What's the job?
I'm talking to the Prime Minister of China. What do you think we should do?
Is this Jason Statham as the?
Well, I'm doing the Jason Statham of the UK, and I'm trying to talk to the other leaders, because this is assuming that the US fell on Canada, so there's no help from North America, and I want Eric to pretend to be someone from China to talk to me.
It's a trap, Eric.
I know
Don't do it.
Glad to have you back, Mr. President. Been far too long.
Thank you.
So Pullman arrives at Area 51, and he says, I want to talk to an alien. So he locks himself in an alien cell, and he allows himself to be autoerotically asphyxiated by it in order to capture those brain waves again. And then he says, she is coming, implying that it's the alien queen, which is not like other movies. It's a different kind of thing.
He also says thank you very weird when he gets to Area 51. I don't know if anybody noticed Bill Pullman's line delivery. Like, welcome to Area 51, Mr. President. Thank you.
There's two funny parts here. One, he goes into the room because he wants to talk to an alien. And then, apropos of absolutely nothing, someone's like, he overrode the system. It's like, how did you do that?
There's a button on the control board that says override. Yeah. He just pressed override.
And then the other thing that I thought was awesome was that he says to them before he lets himself get choked, he says, get as many answers as you can. And they get one.
Don't forget that the French psychiatrist has a picture of a circle with a line in it.
What does this symbol mean? Why are you afraid of it?
When Bill Pullman is being strangled by the alien, he says, in that guttural alien voice, he goes, she is all. And all I could picture was Danny DeVito, covered in Purell, crawling across the floor, saying, I just want to be pure.
I just want to be pure.
I keep saying I'm not going to talk about Judd Hirsch. Sorry, he survived the alien landing. Although it's implausible, I'm happy that Judd Hirsch's character didn't die. Thank you, movie.
That's what our prisoner alien meant by it. She's
So infrared of the new alien ship shows that the alien queen is at the center because she's, wow. You think you saw a big alien before?
This is an infrared image of their ship, and we think that that's her, Madam President, right there in the middle.
Christ almighty.
Well, guess what? The alien queen is bigger than the other alien.
Like, humanity in 20 years managed to rebuild the planet and integrate alien technology, and it still looks more or less like it did before. But it only took 20 years for the aliens to completely redesign themselves and their ships and their weapons.
Well, thankfully, only the ships are redesigned. The biomechanical suit remains the same.
Well, and the biomechanical suit is the same? I thought the biomechanical suit. I thought the biomechanical suit was different.
All of the aliens at Area 51 are still wearing their biomechanical suits after 20 years.
They live in their biomechanical suits.
Even though they breathe the same thing as us with no mouth.
In their biomechanical suit.
Are the biomechanical suits controlled by the queen?
They say, the whole civilization is a hive mind controlled by the queen.
Well, and also, like, there's a really weird point here, too, because, like, they feel the need to explain how they are able to do all of these things by saying, like, this World War II Jeep, the Herkimer battle junkie from fucking Mystery Men, was supposed to go to the Smithsonian, but then it didn't. And so we have a radar thing. Like, it's Area 51, man. I believe you have radar. You don't have to show me that.
So recon video shows that the aliens are using a plasma drill to drill into the center of the Earth to steal our molten core, which Jeff Goldblum says will result in the end of all life on Earth. Because they'll say, we'll have no magnetosphere.
Which means no magnetic fields. Our atmosphere would evaporate, basically the end of life on this planet.
Although presumably the size of this vessel, which has attached itself to the planet, has changed possibly even the orbit of the Earth. So it wouldn't matter anyway.
Good afternoon. This red mass on the top of the ship, that's your target.
Fighters are then scrambled to attack the new alien ship. Now, I mentioned in the last review of Independence Day that at least you can tell which ones are the aliens because their weapons are green. Now everybody's weapons are green, every ship is gray, and every single fighter is completely indistinguishable from everything else.
Yeah, that scene was painful. I also loved right before that, the guy who will be president he says, Captain Hiller will now run you through the battle plan. And the battle plan is literally just try. Like, that's all. He's just like, we're going to try to get close to it. It's like, cool. Thanks, Captain. Good job.
And then Hiller's just fighting back tears through the whole thing because he's thinking about his mom.
He watched her die.
We also see his locker, and he's carried on the family tradition of decorating lockers like it's middle school with pictures of, and this is at least pictures of his mom and not a NASA space shuttle like his dad.
Well, when the Legacy fighters, they leave the Area 51 hangar, when the planes lift up, like they don't kick any wind back. No one's clothes move. No one reacts to, like, the environment because there's nothing to react to. But, like, there's not even any interesting lighting. They just lift off almost silently with no effect, and everyone just sort of cheers blandly. I know the technology is advanced, but you're making a movie, right?
I'll do you one better, Travis. Ordinarily, the planes are in a row, and they take off like one by one. These planes are all in like this huge grid, and they're all taking off at different times, and some are facing the wrong way, but it's such a clusterfuck of a confusing mess the way they take off. Like, you'd think that if it was like alien technology computing it, they would all just lift up at the same time and then go.
They also still haven't decided which way the joystick works. Going forward, pushing back, none of it makes sense.
This is a good time to talk about the music, because the music is horrendous.
It's sad.
But I was particularly reminded, because I watched this film twice, during this battle scene, you know, like the little dings and rings? That's all that this is. It's just like a bass line, and then there's just like these little flutes or like these little bells.
Nope.
There's not really anything sonically memorable until you get to the end when they actually played the original theme. I couldn't hum a piece of music from this movie. Can either of you?
No.
Dun, 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 dun,
No, that's from Independence Day.
Dun, dun, dun,
Stefan, you gotta say that thing. Remember, the aliens land to steal our ecosystem, and you thought of what?
I thought of Spaceballs and Mega Maid.
Commence Operation Vacuum Suck.
It's essentially the same plot as Spaceballs.
And Bill Pullman was in Spaceballs.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Maybe it is a comedy. Maybe we're the issue. So back to the dogfight. They can't penetrate the top of the ship, so they say, let's fly inside the ship.
I think we need to fly inside. Morrison's right. This is our only shot.
Do it.
That is when I almost stopped watching the movie, because nobody can be this stupid. Let's fly into the ship.
It seems perfectly reasonable to me.
I mean, it's what I would have done.
Really? You guys wouldn't have said, hold on, how do we know that our ships can even fly around in there? Maybe it's too tight. Maybe it's a trap.
I exist in a universe that there's no time to think or to do anything like that. I just have to do the next thing.
So the Queen wanted them to fly inside with their nuclear warheads because they have special alien tech which actually wraps around the nuclear warheads so when they explode, it's in like a bubble.
Mm-hmm.
Disguise.
Dude, I once again...
Disguise.
I zoned out.
This is the part of the movie that I have the least notes about, honestly, because to Stefan's point, like it was just such a miasma of noise and of like it's the entire thing is implausible. You're 100% right. And then the fact that, as we progress on, they crash land and then they get out and they're hiding under alien water. And then it's like giant aloe plants. Like it's insane.
They go in, they lose power.
Yes.
All the ships are disabled from the Queen. She turns off... I think I forget this too. They're flying inside the alien ship and like their ships just start to tumble. And they say, blow up the nukes. We're not going to die for nothing.
Give me the nuke.
The stupidest thing about this whole scene is that after the Queen employs like an EMP thing to knock out the fighters inside the ship, they then employ an EMP weapon that wraps around the entire planet and knocks everything out.
All the satellites are wiped, yeah.
And so you think to yourself, well, why wasn't that your first move?
Oh.
You know what I mean? Why didn't you just do that?
If the EMP is going to take out all of the plane's abilities to fly and all of the satellites, so there's no communication.
Yeah, why the trap? Why did they need to trap them inside? Do they just want to get probing again because they haven't probed?
Where's Randy Quaid?
Oh, here I am, sir. Randy Quaid, back from the grave.
The only thing that this scene does is it lets us get the tell my family I love them.
Right, but nobody dies, though.
No, they don't. Of course not. How could they?
Yeah. Roland Emmerich was like, oh, we need a scene where they tell each other how they love them. Yeah, but Roland, the last time that was because the guy knew he was going to die. Yeah, but see, that doesn't matter because we have to have that line.
We're going to cut to another field hospital and Randy Quaid has a bandage around his head. Roland, he was atomized. He
didn't see him die, though.
Sorry, we're going to go back to the movie. The aliens, they attack Cheyenne Mountain. And the president, and I guess a callback to the first movie where Pullman says, can't there be peace? And the aliens say, no peace. The president of Earth says, there will be no peace.
Just like that.
Yeah, and it reminded me of...
Part-time.
Yeah, Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Part-time.
But like,
there will be no peace.
Apropos of nothing. Nothing prompted it.
No.
She's talking to the aliens that don't speak English. The aliens are obviously not interested in peace. Like, it was one thing when Bill Pullman said, hey, maybe we can put our differences aside. And the aliens are like, no, get fucked. This time, the aliens come in, and she just stands there, a defiant Karen, and says, there will be no peace.
There will be no peace.
I like to talk to the manager.
I will phone the police.
So back inside, like, the larger ship, all of our handsome, attractive, young, sexy characters, they're all alive, and they're also all together. They're under, Eric, you said this before, they're underwater. Like alien
I'm going to
water?
go ahead, Travis, and stop you before you start asking me any questions about this scene. I watched it twice, and I couldn't focus. I couldn't pay attention to it. The only thing that I remember was the shot underwater where you see the alien's foot.
Yes.
And I remember thinking, oh, because the aliens look so different, everyone remembers the shot of the alien putting its foot down in, like, the Area 51. So we need another shot of the...
When Brent Spiner died,
We need another shot of the alien foot in the water so people know it's the same alien.
They, inside the alien ship, the pilots comment like, oh, they have their own ecosystem. If they have a sustainable ecosystem within this one ship, what is the purpose of drilling for iron in other places? Don't they have everything they need?
Well, they don't have iron.
Yeah, they don't have nickel. This is one of the things that I thought about this too, because like this, the easiest fix in the world for this particular problem is just that this is just a vendetta, right? But it has to be something bigger than that, and then it immediately just steps all over itself with this particular bit of, oh, it's an ecosystem. They have giant aloe plants, and I just drank that water and it tastes great.
It's actually alien piss.
Oh, the alien piss tastes like Gatorade.
It's slurm.
David, you should be in the command center.
President Whitmore.
Goldblum and Pullman meet again in the hangar, and there's an attempt to recreate a rousing speech from Bill Pullman, but this time there are less people, and he's not using a microphone.
In the last 20 years, this planet has been unified in a way that's unprecedented in human history.
What? I can't hear you. A bit louder for those in the back.
Did you make notes of his speech? I remembered.
I think I fell asleep at this point.
The last time we didn't get lucky, it was our resolve. But they actually did get lucky. So we just gotta go and do it again.
Dun, 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 dun.
There's a moment later on where David carries that same energy, and someone says to him, I don't think we're going to make it. And he just goes, yes, we are. And it's like, okay, then why am I watching this fucking stupid movie? But this particular...
He looks like he doesn't want to be in the movie. Who wants to go on the suicide mission? He just fucking makes a beeline for the front.
In the movie.
Oh, God,
in the
me,
movie,
please.
Bill, in the movie.
Me, yeah.
In this speech that he's giving, we're led to believe that in this giant chamber that he's in, like if you listen to the audio that he's giving, it sounds really flat, but he's supposedly in this giant space shuttle hangar with this big open space in front of it. The sound in that scene is so troubling that it really pulled me out of that horrible speech, which had no rhymes. I will also say no rhymes.
Speaking of sound, and this is coming back to the music, but in the original Independence Day, when Bill Pullman first starts talking, there's like a very quiet, like trumpet or horn or bugle in the background playing the theme of Independence Day. And it's got like this Patton-esque vibe to it.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then the background music swells with the conclusion of the speech. Was there music in this second speech?
No.
There's nothing musical about the music, unfortunately. It just felt like we need to have something that's not the sound of just the air in the room.
The hot air.
So Brent Spiner then goes and he opens up the alien sphere that was discovered on the moon after blowing up the other much larger sphere. And it turns out that they're a different race of aliens, and they're the good aliens.
They're the expository aliens.
Yeah.
They've been at war with the bad aliens.
Why are you here?
When I intercepted their distress call, I knew they would come to exterminate you.
They have the technology to kill the bad aliens. Like this would be a literal hive mind, but they've given up their bodies to be part like of a computer system, their entire civilization. So in essence, it is like the rejection of the biomechanical suit.
That's so clever. But listen, forget about what you're saying for 1 second, Travis, because I want to talk about Brent Spiner and when he gets his Oaken laser.
The Oaken laser.
What is it, an alien laser?
Nope.
That's the Oaken laser.
This perfectly encapsulates like how you could turn this movie from a bad movie into a good movie. And it's simple cutting. So Oaken is talking to the insurance salesman, and he's got his laser, and he's all gung-ho about it. He's like, oh, it's the Oaken laser. I invented it, you know. And then he says, but I did have a rather unfortunate event in Sector 3. We completely destroyed it. And then he bumps into his boyfriend, and his boyfriend's like, what is that doing here? If Oaken just said, yeah, it's the Oaken laser, I invented it, cut. And then the other dude is like, looks at it and says, what's that doing here? But in like that tone, it's like, oh, something bad happened, and Oaken's a little bit eccentric. But when you're so explicit with what it is and what happened, it kills the punchline.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say that Dr. Oaken introduces like a laser weapon. And naively, I thought like, oh, something's going to happen where the humans can't use the alien weapons anymore and they're screwed. But then Dr. Oaken has his special laser for some reason. I thought the weapon was going to come back. Silly me.
No.
It's just a can
The
opener.
Oaken laser is just for making your dick hard.
There was a very brief moment where I thought, oh, okay, Brent Spiner's us. That this is my stand-in in this movie because he's been asleep for so long.
We are all Brent Spiner.
But I thought that was the point, right? He's been in a coma for 20 years, and he wakes up, and there's a moment where he says, "We have alien guns," and I'm like, "Oh, that's me. Okay, I get it now." Because I don't know what the fuck is happening, and neither does he. So he's gonna learn as I learn. And then that is immediately thrown out the door because he's like, "Oh no, but I also invented an alien laser 60 years ago." Do you know what I mean? Like,
and how lame are all the scientists that they've been working with alien technology for 20 years and they just default to this guy that's been in a coma? It's like, oh yeah, we'll listen to you.
Did anyone else like have like their comedy brain turn on? It was like, what's that? It's the Oaken laser. What's that doing here? Contact. And he puts his goggles down, turns it on, explodes. Just blows up the whole building. Here we go. Boom. And then he just dies.
This is like, and it's another thing too, where it's like every alien has to be a Russian nesting doll. Because it's like there was the big sphere we blew up on the moon, and then we grabbed the medium sphere, and now we're going to cut it open to get the little sphere out. Like, what the fuck are we doing? And even the part where he's like,
God.
He says, don't move it like that. You'll disrupt the crystals. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Again, it's just hats off to him that he's the only one that I like.
Oh God, you'll disrupt the Folgers crystals. So the alien queen detects the white sphere alien, and she prepares her enormous biomechanical suit. It's just, she's already huge, and she gets into a very large, oh God, okay, and then she takes a smaller shuttle, and she travels to Area 51. And this is where they come up with the idea. Finally, some proactive people in the movie say, okay, the queen is after the sphere because the sphere says she's detected my signal. So they say, I have an idea. Let's copy the signal, lure it somewhere else. We'll hide the sphere, and then we'll just blow her up. We'll use a decoy, and we'll just put bombs in it and blow her away.
Well, and again, this is another moment of like real incongruity because previously Dr. Brent Spiner says, this thing isn't giving off any kind of signals. I've run every scan that I can on it.
It's almost like it doesn't exist.
Yeah, and then they cook up the plan, and then he's like, well, everything gives off a signal, so if we can replicate the signal, like, it's like, what is happening right now?
I think what happened is, like, they must have written one draft on, like, translucent paper, and they just layered it like old animation cells, and then just took every paragraph written.
Dr. Jeff Goldblum says, they're coming for the signal so we can use the signal against them. Like, they lured us into a trap, so we'll do it to them. Like in the first movie where he said, oh, they used our satellites and code against us, so we can do that to them. And it's just like, oh, okay, so we're doing, yeah, it's the same thing again. Great.
That's why it feels good to watch, because it's a little bit different. It's comforting because it's the same thing, but just different. With more. It's shorter, though. So Roland said there's more, but there's actually less of it.
It's somebody is going to have to fly it in manually. And I know that I'm asking for the ultimate sacrifice. I know that. I'll do it. Mr. President.
Because all the satellites were blown up, they actually have to fly in the Tugger manually. And I have to emphasize that the ship is called the Tugger again. So Pullman volunteers, he says to his daughter that he shall be the ultimate sacrifice, and I'm going to go kill myself. And the daughter says, no, I'll go.
Yeah. Even the way he says that, they're like, well, why do you want to? And he's like, listen, After this mission is successful, you'll all be around to pick up the pieces. This is my job. And then that's it. Nothing inspirational. Just you're going to be cleaning up and I'm going to do it. So that's how it is.
It doesn't even like follow the Russell case storyline, which is what this is clearly alluding to, right? It's not even like he's so psychologically broken that he can't fly a fighter and he's like, this is what I can do, so I'm going to do it to help. Like, it has no gravitas to it. He's just like, part-time, and then he flies away.
No matter how much we rag on the first movie, Randy Quaid was in the position of he had a choice, right? Like, in the moment of like the missile is jammed and he decides to do something heroic. This is like, we need a volunteer to do the heroic thing. Does anyone want to step forward and be the hero? And Pullman says, I'll do it. I'm exhausted.
I'm so tired.
I'm so tired. Judd Hirsch picks up more children on a bus and then drives them to a prison camp for aliens. Inside the mothership, the attractive young people, Hemsworth, his boy,
small boy,
the Chinese girl, and A-Train, they all take alien ships. Boy, if you thought it was confusing before when you have the gray human ships versus the gray alien ships, in a hazy green background, you have multiple ships that all look exactly the same, and they cut from cockpit to cockpit so frequently, it makes it seem like they're all in the same ship, and they're all every ship.
A moment where the small boy says their technology hasn't changed at all.
Their technology hasn't changed at all.
But he's sitting behind someone in the alien cockpit, which is not what it was before.
Also, they didn't modify those ships. How are they just sitting as humans comfortably when they're designed for a biomechanical suits?
Oh, Jesus Christ, you're right.
Well, aren't we all just biomechanical suits?
They fit perfectly in those chairs.
Yeah, you'd at least think you'd get
like they were made for humans.
Oh, God, I hate this.
Yeah, like that's a spot of exposition we needed. Like, oh man, this seat is not built for me. My ass hurts.
This seat's huge.
I can't reach the controls.
The last guy in here pissed himself.
I don't have tentacles.
I never trained in this new ship. I don't know how to fly it.
I'm not an alien from outer space.
According to me, this ship is the same as the old ship, because they haven't advanced their technology at all.
Even though they look completely different.
It's a slight dig at the aliens. Nice ships, losers. You haven't changed in 20 years. So, we're almost through the plot.
We also do get the obligatory 20-second countdown.
Big closing doors, big closing doors. Great, how long we got?
20 seconds max.
Like, how long do we have till the doors close? I'd say 20 seconds, and then 4 minutes later, they finally fly out the hole.
Oh, and we have 2 separate cuts of Chris Hemsworth grunting, as though grunting helps him fly the plane.
Yeah,
like, is it physically strenuous for him to like?
It's a. Yes, I think there's a couple times when a character is either diving or flying fast, or they want to go faster, or they're shooting that they go. I think we're bringing it up because it's never not funny.
Oh, it's funny every single time. Oh, Travis, what's the movie with the beef grizzle cakes and Big McLarge huge?
That's Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Space Mutiny. When he's driving the little go-kart and just out of nowhere,
Well, anyway, got that out of my system.
And then jumps out of the car. That's what that reminded me of.
Stand by for a broadcast from the United States government.
America broadcasts over radio, and everyone's listening in because it's 20 years with alien tech, and everyone has their shortwave radios handy. And now it's July 4th, and it's time to celebrate an American holiday with just an absolute hollow emphasis on the 4th of July.
Do they cut to Iraq again? Or like the Middle East?
They do, yes.
The rest of America has incorporated alien technology, but the Middle East is just still with the tents.
Yeah. It's like he can't help himself. It's just fucking awful.
Yeah, he's an incurious person. So Pullman hops in the decoy.
Decoy convoy, hold in ready position.
He distracts his daughter so she doesn't do it, but he goes in the decoy to sacrifice himself. Judd Hirsch and the children in the bus drive underneath the alien spaceship. The aliens then attack the compound. Goldblum, who's out in the desert because he's putting up a shield. When Pullman detonates the nukes, Goldblum activates the shields so the nuclear explosion doesn't go anywhere farther than just the radius of the shields that they've put up. At this point, Goldblum sees his dad out in the desert, driving the bus full of kids.
Who's this blind idiot? That's my David. Dad?
Pullman's daughter hops. She's a pilot again. Thank goodness. She pulls alongside her dad in the tugger. I love saying tugger. And he says, "It's good to see you flying again." And she says, "You should have let me do this." And then I think he says to his daughter, "You got to plow the road for me." Pullman flies into his little tugger, like it just goes up, and inside the alien mothership just goes, and it goes right inside. He pulls up face to face with the Queen Mother alien in her giant biomechanical suit, and he says, on behalf of Planet Earth.
Planet Earth, happy 4th of July.
And you're thinking, wow, what a great ending. Anyway, the Queen's not dead, and Pullman died for nothing. So she climbs out of the rubble like a kaiju, and it turns out that the Queen alien she's wearing a vest that creates her own, like, mini shield.
Oh my God, she has her own shield.
Why every single biomechanical suit is not outfitted with a miniature shield is beyond me. Goldblum, Hirsch, and children escape the giant Queen in the school bus. Pullman's daughter does a diving attack, and she disables the Queen's shield. Whitmore destroyed the Queen's ship, and his daughter knocked out her shield. Now listen up. They were going for our molten core. You've got 4 minutes to destroy the Queen, so give her hell.
Fuck off.
There's a funny thing here that I think is worth noting, and is that the alien Queen in her enormous biomechanical suit also has an enormous gun.
Aim for a gun, Charlie! Aim for a gun!
She's just got a huge gun. And it's like, why does she have a pistol?
For all of my Warhammer nerds, she looks like a hive tyrant.
Yeah.
From the Tyranids.
I was going to say that too, yeah.
Okay, I actually had a bunch of thoughts on this. Firstly, the alien ships have shields, but the new American fighter pilots, their lasers penetrate the shields and can destroy the alien ships.
Sometimes.
But the weapons can't penetrate the Queen's shield because she has a shield generator on her.
Sometimes.
So what the president's daughter does is she smartly shoots the shield generator, thereby disabling the shield.
Are you trying to say, how did she shoot at the shield generator when it's behind the shield itself?
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Maybe it has to do with the yelling when she did her dive bomb
She wasn't
attack.
passionate enough the first time she was shooting.
She didn't want it.
She didn't want it enough.
You gotta want it.
There was a line that was cut from the film that explains that you gotta shoot the shield 3 times in the same spot, and then you get a brief moment where the eye opens up on the boss, and you hit the eye with the boomerang, and then you can knock out the shield.
Yeah.
In Independence Day, they had Jeff Goldblum say "Must go faster," in reference to Jurassic Park, and Roland Emmerich's like, people like that Jurassic Park reference. I want to have another scene evocative of the "Must go faster," where the T-Rex is chasing them in the Jeep, but now it's the Queen chasing him in the bus.
Yeah.
Did you guys get that too?
Oh yeah.
Do you think Roland Emmerich thinks that he made Jurassic Park?
I think he thinks so. Yeah.
He's like, I think I made that. I did that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah, I think I did that.
It sounds like me.
Jeff Goldblum trying to tell him he didn't make it, and he's like, no, I think I did.
I was there.
Also,
I remember the dinosaur.
Why does the Queen gallop?
And why is she not shaped like any of the other aliens?
She has a mouth when she comes out of her giant biomechanical suit.
Yeah, because they communicate telepathically.
And she's got dinosaur teeth and a tongue.
And her tongue falls out.
Roland is referencing his past work on Jurassic Park.
Right. Yes, that's absolutely correct.
In this scene, we get I think you really start to see the true depth of metaphor that Roland brings to the film, because there's a part where the bus is directly under the alien Queen, and the stop sign of the bus is out for some reason. And the real depth of that kind of metaphor, speaking to his approach to filmmaking, which is kill, never stop. The stop sign flies right off the bus. And we know that, yeah, this bus, being the movie, will never stop. And we're here forever because this is hell.
The Queen activates the hive mind of all the aliens, and the handsome people, Hemsworth, Small Boy, A-Train, and Chinese Girl, they lose control of their individual fighter ship, but they use their fusion drive to spin real fast to get out of the hive mind. You know what? fuck it, whatever. We got to get to the end somehow. When they're falling, they do a quote-unquote controlled dive and then shoot at the alien queen, who has at this point grabbed the other good alien sphere and is threatening to destroy it and just totally blow the queen's back out.
You're missing one key part there, T. They've lost power.
Yes.
And they come down directly on top of her, but she keeps moving forward. And so then, without power, they level their ships out and continue to chase her without power. Still firing their weapons.
You're also missing what I was curious about before. The ships aren't alive. How are the ships part of the hive mind?
Oh my God. It's a hive mind.
Shut up, Stefan.
Roland, we have to talk about what you think a hive mind is.
Shut up.
No, it's all part of it, right? The planes, their computers, their shoes, the moon milk. Did I mention moon milk? Once the queen is dead, the big ship leaves, and I guess the gravity of it has no effect on anything anymore, because it just sort of leaves the planet and everyone claps and the crowd went wild. Yay. Goldblum gets a handshake from the new president.
In this futuristic utopian society, the person most capable of being the leader of the people is a general?
I think just the chain of command, right? Because everyone else got wiped out at Cheyenne Mountain. When the president at that point said, there will be no peace.
Did you also notice how quickly it gets cut off? Like they come to swear him in. Do you accept all of the duties of, and then it just cuts. It's like, yeah, that's not important. If it's so not important to finish the scene, why even show it at all? Does he make a decision after he becomes the president?
He does make one decision, and his decision was to say out loud, Whitman destroyed the Queen's ship, and his daughter knocked out her shield. Now listen up. They're going for our molten core. You've got 4 minutes to destroy the Queen, so give her hell.
This is my major problem with this, and I'm going to go back to the original movie too, because we talked about last time how Bill Pullman is actually a capable actor. And the only moment in the first movie when he shines through is that last scene with him and David. When he says, pretty good, David. Or no, not bad, David. Not bad at all. And the way he says it is amazing. It's beautiful. The look on his face is great. He's actually acting. And you can see that he loves it. And then they're trying to do it again. But again, it's just completely, there's no previous relationship between these two. Like there was between David and President Pullman in the first movie. And it's just like, stop fucking shoving this shit down my throat. I don't need to see the same movie again.
It's just Charlie Kelly's uncle being like, they're friends.
At the end of Independence Day, Jeff Goldblum gets to kiss his estranged wife and shake the hands of somebody who he didn't consider a friend. At the end of this movie, he shakes the hand of just a president who he doesn't know, and then gets to kiss a French psychiatrist who we don't know anything about. However, I will say at this point, it's odd that Judd Hirsch offers to adopt a busload of children.
Well, I think it's just the 4 kids.
Yeah, he's adopting the 4 kids.
No, I think he gets all of them.
But he's also got that little line of dialogue. I had no idea my son knew such beautiful women. What?
Yeah, I don't know.
Why did he say that?
And then he goes,
Go away, Dad.
He goes, I was never here.
If you'll excuse me, I have a busload of children to abscond with.
We're skipping over when Dr. Brent Spiner's partner dies.
I'm gonna get you to sick bay.
When the aliens infiltrated Area 51, Brent Spiner takes one of the alien ray guns and gives them what for? But unfortunately, his boyfriend, his partner, is killed in their initial attack, or rather, he's fatally struck by the alien's weapon.
And we're given a very, I think, in the context of this film, like sweet scene between the two of them when he dies. And I think that in that moment, we see an aspect of this film that can encapsulate the entire thing, because he looks at the ascot that he has knitted for Dr. Brent Spiner, and he says, this was supposed to be a sweater. And it's a cute moment, but if you take it out and you think about the whole thing, it's really talking about the movie, I think, because this movie is an ascot that it feels like was meant to be a sweater.
Absolutely right.
It's like Roland Emmerich knitted the ascot, and he holds it up and he says, I think I made Jurassic Park. That sounds like me.
Do you think that the reason that Bill Pullman is... Do you think that the reason that Bill Pullman, like in Roland Emmerich's mind, it's enough to let people know that Bill Pullman is crazy because he takes pill? Because Roland Emmerich has a moment where he holds up the ascot and he says, "I think I made Jurassic Park," and then someone says, "Roland, it's time for your pill."
That's right, Roland, you did. So everybody poses for a picture that no one takes, and then we learn from the sphere that they're going to take the alien tech and take the fight to the aliens.
You won't believe the weapons and the technology this thing has on its proverbial hard drive.
And then Hemsworth says, "When do we go?" Or like, "When are we leaving?" Or like, "Okay, great. It's David Putty."
Yeah, and then
David Putty's in the movie.
And then
now.
Disney bought them, and they're never gonna go.
And then it ends with Brent Spiner saying, "Let's go kick some alien ass." And then it fades to black, and it says, "We'll see you next time for ID43D." ID43D. And then we're gonna learn that all of the queens, just like in chess, they're controlled by like a mega queen, right?
I think that's how chess works.
It's just everything bad about movies that aren't original is this movie. You know, it's the same with, you know, the Star Wars soft reboots. It's the same with Ghostbusters. It's going to be the same with this new Beetlejuice movie. It's just, how different can we make the same thing without it being too different?
Throughout this movie, I kept just, my brain was kind of on a loop, and every now and then the thought would just kind of come into my head like somehow Firestein's lawyer returned, and that's how I sustained myself throughout this entire movie, was just praying for that.
No, you're here.
My lawyer.
I will always look back fondly on Independence Day. I can revisit it. I can enjoy it. I can poke fun at it. This was just an absolute slog.
Like, we actually, I don't know how long we talked about Independence Day for, but we've actually probably talked about this movie for longer, even though it's a shorter movie.
But don't you feel different right now than you did after we talked about Independence Day?
Yeah.
I think this discussion was as long as it was only because about 20 minutes is just us saying the words biomechanical suit.